Welcome back. Do online weight loss programs work? If you have this question, you're not the only one. I saw this online. See if you can relate to it. Been trying to lose weight for like 2 years now, and nothing really sticks. I'll do good for a month, then fall off. Think I need something more structured with actual professionals involved, not just me guessing. Has anyone tried online programs? I'm curious if the results are real or if it's just expensive motivation, just trying to find something that actually helps. Click like if that's something you can relate to. If you're looking, you've been trying to figure out things for yourself for a long time, but you can't stick to it, that's exactly a good time to use a coach. I've got a bunch of testimonial videos. I'll link a couple below, like taking confident ownership of your health. That's a good one. And overall, it depends. Like I have great success with it. Some programs work better than others. If your program will work, it depends on your willingness and decision to change. That's the first part. If your coach is knowledgeable and if you guys are able to communicate effectively bi-directionally, like they can communicate outgoing and you can understand what they're saying and they can customize your program so it's relevant for you and the results you want in a process that you can sustain. So in this video, I'm going to give you 2 benefits of investing in your health and then 4 thinking mistakes that keep people stuck, not getting the results that they want. And my whole channel is all about this process. So subscribe if you're not already. I do appreciate that. All right. If it's your first time here, my name is Reggie. I'm the founder of Fit for Freelance. I help business owners lose weight and feel their best without crash diets or guilt. I have the Live Aligned method where we use vision and focus and practice to help you understand your health so you can lead a healthy, fulfilling life of your dreams. If you're wondering what steps to take next or how to start, the 3-minute Live Aligned scorecard helps you uncover what's blocking your weight loss goals. That's linked below. And it's all based on the question, what does a healthy, fulfilling life of your dreams look like? Now, I will get back to the question here. What this person is calling expensive motivation. Expensive is always relative, right? We're talking about value, and it's really at a cost that creates tension for you. All right. If it's anything can feel cheap depending on how much money you make and how much money you want to invest in a particular item. So that's the first thing to add context. And overall, expensive motivation is fine if it actually gives you the motivation you need to finally get results. If it gives you motivation to finally get results, like the value that you see there creates tension and that can make a difference. Even if it costs money or feels expensive, if it gets you the results, it might be worth it versus like not investing in it, then it's not worth it. And this isn't just like weight loss. This is a way to think about how you value thing and what's important to you. Now, 2 ways that the value invested in health coaching can make a difference. First thing is a signal to yourself that you're ready to take your journey seriously. Now, it's easy to believe that, like, yeah, of course, my health is important. However, it's also very easy to make several decisions every day, like 3 meals a day and a bunch of snacks, and then it's not exercising, right? That communicate to yourself that your health actually isn't that important to you or your weight loss isn't that important to you. So when you invest money into that, that's a signal that you're ready to take your journey seriously. Now, it doesn't just have to be money. It can be new clothes or any kind of mindset shift. However, when you're person specifically talking about expensive motivation, then you're talking about money, in my opinion. And then that is a signal like, okay, I can spend this money on other things, but I'm spending it because my journey is that important. All right. And then that leads to the second thing to think about when it comes to the value investing in your health is you don't want to feel like you're wasting your money that you can spend somewhere else. Right. If you can only do so much stuff with money at a time, right? Limited resource for most people. And if you are spending it on something that you're not using or you're not getting benefits from, then that feels like you're wasting money. So when you start to do that, investing, it makes it feel like, oh, I got to get something out of this. There's this expression to say like those who pay attention, right? Like if you spend $3,000 on something, you can be like, I'm going to get every dollar's worth out of this. And it even happens with like buffets, right? You know that you go to an Asian buffet and you're like, I spent however much money those cost now. I'm going to eat as all of that value of money, right? So that's the second thing to think of when you invest in something, especially your health. Then you're talking about you don't want to waste that money. And another benefit, so beyond just the monetary investment of it, you get a plan from someone who studies and thinks about the topic all day for many years. at least if you hire me, because I'm always thinking about health. I'm always thinking about content ideas. I'm on Reddit answering questions about health. I'm making these YouTube videos. I'm refining my process. I'm working with clients to help them understand. And you can just like tap into that, right? That's like buying a book from an author who has thought about something nonstop and they took the time and effort to procure that. And you can just buy that wisdom off of that. Great investment versus like going through online, trying to piece together a plan that might not work or be relevant to you. Hiring a coach could be very beneficial to have this plan for you, especially as someone with experience with helping people who get stuck, right? I've seen lots of ways that people run into trouble and I have worked with them to get through it. And I can just tell you, like, oh, this happened to another client I had, and this is how you fix it, right? And that's a huge benefit and advantage to working with an online coach. In addition to being remote, like you don't have to be in the same town as me to get that benefit. So lots of benefits there. I'll link below my experience why I teach weight loss this year, because that gives you a little bit more of my background experience, like the master's in medical science, undergrad in nutrition, multiple personal trainer certifications. All day I can talk about it. But the point is, that's the benefit of working with an online weight loss coach like me, the guilt-free health coach, Reggie. It's your boy. Anyways, 4 common thought patterns that can trip you up. You want to look out for these, because if you're in a precarious place when you're deciding, like, do online programs work? Is it right for me? All that stuff. So here are some things to look out for. One, there's a lot of strange logic around whether to hire a coach. And it comes from the idea that, like, I already do some of this stuff, so I can probably do it well enough to fix it on my own. And that's a fair way to think about it. However, if you've been struggling for 2 years or you've been on and off again with your weight loss programming and planning, it's time to think of something different. All right. People think that just because they eat every day, they can change their health habits. This reminds me of, like, you played basketball growing up. So you think you might be able to compete with someone who's really good at basketball, like a college level or NBA player, but that's not the case, right? Like, some people really do this and they have benefits and experience that can really help you out. So just because you do something every day doesn't mean you've been doing it effectively in a way that helps you reach your goals. Just something to consider. Don't be offended by that, please. Just think about it. All right. Second thing, second place, people get stuck. Plenty struggle with asking for help for anything. Think about this for yourself. If you have a hard time asking for help and you feel like that's some sort of weakness, or you get lost a lot, you don't ask for directions, or you don't use instructions to build furniture, like these things, you're struggling with something emotionally, you don't ask for help or like use support or get like help to help you understand that, right? Like that is something that can hold you back and make you do really inefficient things, especially when it comes to weight loss, right? Because you might not have all the perspective and material and resource that you need. So this is something to look out for. Don't shy away from getting support when it's available and ready to help you. And that's a life lesson that will help you in all areas of your life. The third thing to look out for, if you're getting advice online, so I saw this on online forum, Reddit, sometimes those places are big on do-it-yourself culture, where like you just get advice and you try to piece things together. And if you've been having a hard time, you're starting to look for other solutions, then like just keep this in mind where you're asking for resources. Some people will be like, nah, you don't need that. You can do it on your own, right? Or you can feel like it's just expensive motivation, but there's a lot more to consider, as we've talked about in this video, that can really benefit you and make it easy and simple, straightforward, not confusing. You can follow through. You can actually get the results you want. So that's the third thing to look out for. And the fourth thing, especially when it comes to weight loss, stigma around weight pressures people to think they should just use more self-control. If that worked, then we wouldn't have like the prevalence of overweight and obesity that we have now. It's not just about self-control or willpower or motivation or mental toughness and grit. It's about having systems in place that can help you and understanding our environment, our food culture, everything that's going on around us that makes healthier choices harder. And then building a system for yourself that can actually get the results that you want. And this is what I talk about all the time on this channel. I feel strongly about this. The stigma around weight and like the morality that people assign to it, unnecessary, very harmful. What we got to do is create systems that work. So if you think you just had to be tougher, you're going to get stuck. I mean, I don't know. You might not get stuck. A lot of people do, and they don't get results. And that's probably what you're seeing here. This person has tried for a couple of years and they're not getting the results they want. So just look out for that. The stigma around weight can cause you to make ineffective decisions. An example I have for this, talking about if you're trying to fix something in your car or your house, and you want it to be done correctly and quickly, and you don't want to spend hours trying to piece together how to do it, trial and error. You hire an expert to do it, right? Car repair. It was like my windshield wiper motor was broken. That's not a super simple repair. Like you're in the dashboard a little bit. And I did that for a couple hours. I didn't install it correctly and I had to take it in anyway, kind of thing, right? That happens. Or if your toilet is broken, you don't know how to replace it, like that, you can just hire someone to do it. So this is something to think about. You wouldn't say like, you just need to figure it out and be smarter or be more resourceful, right? Get the help you need to get the results that you want. And especially if you want it done right the first time or a second time, or if you're tired of struggling with not being able to do it correctly, hiring an online coach could definitely help. So that's some things to look out for. 4 things to look out for when it comes to like getting stuck. And then the major benefits of investing in your health. Do they work? That's kind of up to you to decide. I've got testimonials. You want to do your research on that, and you can get your free personalized next steps with the Live Aligned scorecard link below. Now, let me know what you think in the comments below. If you've worked with a coach, or if you've worked with me, or if you've had questions that I might be able to answer, I'll be glad to help you with that. Then next, you can watch Wondering If You Need a Health Coach. What does health coach do? I go by step and tell you what my industry does. I'll put that video here. That's today's message. As always, keep practicing. Peace.